This is your local election headquarters.
Welcome back. The Biden administration put a temporary pause on liquid natural gas exports, or LNGs, but Republican lawmakers and industry experts say this was a bad move for the economy. And LNG is natural gas that has been reduced to a liquid state through a process of cooling. The move by Biden is an attempt to address climate change concerns. A number of pending projects will be affected by the policy freeze, including some here in Louisiana.
This puts more money into the Iranian regime, which just attacked our troops in the Middle East, killing 3 of our soldiers in Jordan.
It hurts jobs and it hurts communities in the form of businesses paying taxes and doing all the things that businesses do in communities. So it is not a good thing for the United States or Louisiana.
The White House has not said how long the freeze will last. Governor Jeff Landry is headed to the United States and Mexico border to show support for Texas's immigration laws. Landry will travel with more than a dozen other Republican governors to Eagles Pass. He has been publicly supporting Governor Greg Abbott's attempts to address illegal immigration, despite some measures being halted by the Supreme Court. Looking for a solution to that issue, the U.S. Senate is closer on a bill that promises to fund Ukraine and end the surge of illegal crossings at the southern border. But some Republicans don't like that it reportedly allows for some crossings until a certain threshold is reached. Senator Bill Cassidy, a Republican from Louisiana, says ending catch and release is a good start.
Folks say, well, it's not everything. Well, if it takes 300,000 down to 150,000, and has the tools in place that 150,000 goes to 50,000 and 50,000 down to 2,000 in a month, he's doing his job. That's a good bill.
And Democrats accuse the holdout Republicans of using controversy as a political issue leading up to the presidential election. There is also the question, will the U.S. House go for it? Senator Cassidy says he is doing what he can to prepare for re-election, despite the new closed primary system. The Republican has criticized the recently passed measure by state lawmakers, calling it an undue cost to taxpayers. Cassidy is up for re-election in 2026, which is when the closed primary system will first be implemented. Families with kids could soon get more help from the federal government after House lawmakers took action. But that legislation may have a rough path in the Senate. Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley has more.
Wednesday night, House lawmakers accomplished a Washington rarity. Bipartisan agreement on a massive bill giving some families with kids more money and businesses major tax breaks.
Addressing childhood poverty in America ought to be a priority for us every single day.
Each of these policies will help American businesses grow, create jobs, and sharpen their competitive advantage against China.
The $79 billion bill expands the child tax credit and allows bigger tax breaks for businesses, especially in research and development.
Politics is the art of the possible. In a divided Congress, this is the best we can accomplish.
The bill was negotiated with relatively little drama, passing by a vote of 357 to 70. Opposition mostly came from the fringes of each party.
This is not a tax bill. It is a welfare bill in drag.
This bill provides billions of dollars in tax relief for the wealthy, pennies for the poor.
A bill this bipartisan would normally sail through the Senate, but already there's concerns it could die there, with politics to blame. GOP Senator Chuck Grassley telling news website Semaphore, quote, passing a tax bill that makes the president look good, mailing out checks before the election means he could be reelected, and then we won't extend the 2017 tax cuts.
Worth noting, the benefit to families comes as tax credits, not a check that gets mailed out. It's not clear when the Senate might take this legislation up for a vote. Up next, we'll have a look at the week ahead on your local election headquarters. Stay with us.